Hello everyone, I am Dr. Kiranmayi, Area Chair and Assistant Professor, Digital Transformation and Operations, Department of Management Studies, School of Business, Aditya University. In this present lecture, I am going to discuss how to solve the linear programming problem using graphical method, a case of infeasible solution. So, here is a problem on linear programming problem to solve using graphical method. Here the objective function is in maximization model and these are the constraint, mixed constraint we are given, one is less than type and the other one is greater than type. Okay. So, in graphical method the first step is to plot the inequalities on the graph. So, in order to plot the inequalities on the graph, first we have to find out coordinates for the line. So, for that we consider the inequality as equation. And then first put x1 equal to 0. If we replace x1 with 0, then the value of x2 is going to be 1. Likewise, if we substitute x2 with 0, the value of x1 is 2. So, when x1 is 0, x2 is 1. When x2 is 0, x1 is 2. Therefore, the coordinates of this constraint are 2, 1. Okay. And likewise, for the second constraint also we have to find out the coordinates. So, the second constraint is 4x1 plus 8x2 it is greater than type, greater than or equal to 16. Consider the inequality as equation and if we substitute x1 with 0, x2 is 2. If we substitute x2 0, x1 is 4. Therefore, the inequalities of this constraint, the coordinates of this constraint are 4, 2. Okay. So, after finding the coordinates, now the next step, third step is to plot the lines. So, the coordinates for the first line are 2, 1 and the coordinates for the second line are 4, 2. Okay. Now, so let us plot the first constraint. 2, 1. So, it is 2 and it is 1. 2, 0 and 0, 1. Okay. So, if we join these 2 points, this is the line representing the first constraint. And for the second constraint, the coordinates are 4, 2. So, this is 4 and this is 2. If we join these 2 points, we can plot the second constraint. So, this is how first we have to find out coordinates for both the inequalities by considering them as equations and then we can obtain the coordinates for both the inequalities and this is how we have to plot the lines inequalities on the graph. Now, the first constraint is less than type. So, for less than type of constraint, we have to consider the region on the left side or lower region. Therefore, this region, this is the first constraint and this region we have to consider for solution. And second constraint is greater than type. Therefore, for second constraint we have to consider the region above or right side to the line. So, this region we have to consider for the solution. So, if we observe this problem, there is no common region for both the lines. Therefore, since we could not find the common region for this problem, we can say that there is no solution space. There is no solution space implies that there is no solution for the linear programming problem, technically which is called infeasible solution. So, this is how by the end of this lecture, we understood how to solve the linear programming problem using graphical method, a case of infeasible solution. Thank you.